Hey guys, hey, how are you guys doing? Is you doing easy because it's Sunday, and I hope you guys' weekend has been going well. And for the most part, about 80% during. Yeah, I'll put it that way. Yesterday I went and took Ringo for a walk. That was a lot of fun. I think my allergies are starting to get me. Lots of pollen and stuff because it's springtime. The only tiny ring time, ding-ling, ding, ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding. So I thought I would kind of come on here and talk about something that I thought was a very interesting question, and I wanted to make this more like a tag because I never do those. I rarely ever participate in them. I don't play well with others, except for my husband. But that's none of y'all's business. So, what would you be doing now had you not had weight loss surgery? Let's put it that way. And we can even make it to where, what would you be doing now had you not started to lose weight? So, as we all know, a lot of us can live a very, very long time. If you watch my 600-pound life, people can live, if you could call it really living, at 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 pounds. But the quality of life is definitely suffering. So being that I had breached 500 pounds and knowing what I know now, of course, then is that your body will put up with a lot. Your body will try to keep you alive as long as possible. I think I mentioned this before. My brother was probably around 450, 500-ish pounds when he died. But my brother had done some unsavory things when he was much younger, which probably did not help his heart and everything. So, unfortunately, at 38, which I am today, he passed away. But I attribute that. Nope, not gonna do it. I attribute that to his diabetes and his being super morbidly obese. I will try to find a couple pictures of my brother to put at the end of this. You know, him and I very similarly have a big, you know, I remember him as a kid, and I remember him as, you know, high school and stuff, and even when he went into the army, he wasn't a big guy. It wasn't until, you know, he got out and fell out in the wrong crowd and did, you know, not nice stuff to where he started gaining weight. And then towards the end of his life, he had horrific, horrific sleep apnea, to the point to where you and I would be sitting here talking and he would already be doing this. Like just sitting here, just the act of sitting and having a conversation. I don't know why he never got a CPAP unit, being as terrible as it was. I don't know if he just didn't have good insurance or what, but he never had a CPAP unit. And you would find him sitting up, you know, like either on the couch asleep. He would fall asleep driving. Many times he would fall asleep driving. He would fall asleep and he would gasp when he would fall asleep, and he would sit up, because your body, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but your body has an instinct when it thinks that you're not breathing. It tries to wake you up in any way possible to try to get you moving. And so when he would lay down and, you know, in the bed, he would start, you know, gasping for breath, and he would end up sitting up, but he'd still be asleep. And that's how they found him. They found him dead exactly like that, you know, just sitting there in the bed, just like that. And I'm sure that was a little more morose than you guys would probably like, but that's a big part of what I think my life would have ended up like had I continued down the road I was on. Weight loss surgery has been super important for me. Do I still have some issues? Of course. Will I ever get rid of them? Probably not. But gastric bypass itself has saved me. I don't have high blood pressure. No. I don't have diabetes. No. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have, I don't have to take thyroid medicine anymore. And I was taking like 150, I think it was either 175 or 150 a day. And then, I was having to take Nexium. I was chewing Tums. I was Rolaids, whatever I could, getting Pepto-Bismol to try to combat my GERD because it was so bad. I had H. pylori. I don't know if you guys, some of you probably understand what that is, but it's a bacteria in your gut, which they're supposed to test you for before they give you any kind of weight loss surgery. And I didn't know I had it. And of course it does cause some, gastrointestinal issues and irritation. So I actually had to go and have 2 weeks worth of antibiotics to get rid of it. So that was kind of crazy. So I was already in a wheelchair. I was already unable to move and do the things that I wanted to do. It was a challenge, okay, for me to get up, get dressed in my clothes and stuff, get in my wheelchair. And then my husband at the time did not drive. Okay, he didn't actually get his license until he was in the Air Force. So we didn't really go anywhere anyway because I have really bad agoraphobia. So to try to venture out and take me places, it was a struggle. Number one, because, my wheelchair is heavy. I'm heavy. I was pushing 500 at the time, and my husband, he would have to push me wherever we were going. And then towards the end, before we moved to Virginia to get me settled while he was going to go to basic training, we ventured onto, going to the mall a few times. That was the first time I'd ever gone to the mall. Like, I had been there for like 6 years. And to see more than, to see more than what was just around town, was crazy. I had lived in Roseville for, so many years, but never left the house. And of course, nobody wanted to take us anywhere because you'd have to take me, you'd have to take my chair. And number one, it's embarrassing and nobody wants to deal with any of that. And, it's just a hassle. And of course, I don't feel good and I'm embarrassed and you can't really take me into a restaurant. It was a big fucking hassle. And I just rather not. And then, I'd be asked to go to parties and stuff for his family, and I would always decline. I would always find a reason to say no. Hell, I still do that. But I don't like parties. Not a party person. So, what I think, almost 4 years in August later, had I not had gastric bypass, we would not be having this conversation because I would not be here. My health was deteriorating to a point that my husband would have had to bury me. Yeah. And I know that for a fact because I was worried almost every day before I would fall asleep if I would wake back up again. If I was going to have a heart, anytime I had any like weird chest pain or real bad heartburn, or anytime I didn't like really feel good or I felt really sleepy that day, I was like, maybe today's going to be the day I die. And that's a really sad and scary feeling, and I haven't had that in almost 4 years. I haven't had that dread of, well, am I going to wake up tomorrow? Am I going to be alive? Do I want to wake up tomorrow? There was a lot of times I didn't. There was a lot of times I was just hoping that I'd fall asleep and just not wake back up. Matthew doesn't like me saying stuff like that. I've told him before, after my abusive relationship that I left, I was pretty much just waiting around to die. I had no ambition. I didn't see any help. I was miserable. I was in pain. I love you. I love you. I was in pain. I didn't see any out for me, and I never thought I was going to get weight loss surgery because I couldn't afford it, and I didn't have insurance before I met him. So we discussed it in therapy and stuff, but yeah, I was pretty much just waiting to die. Gastric bypass has given me more than just weight loss. It gave me a reason to live. It showed me there were reasons to stay. That life wasn't going to be so miserable. That life has meaning, has purpose. I know there might be a lot of people out here who think, today's the worst day of your life. But you would be missed. You would miss out on so much. People around you, whether you feel like it or not, would miss you. You're here, and you should never want to not be here. And I look back on those times, not fondly, but to see how easy it was for me to give up. That was a big part of my life where I just gave up. So had I not had gastric bypass, had I not started losing weight, I know for a fact I'd be dead by now. I was just so miserable, and the pain was unbelievable. I know that I live in pain now. It's nothing compared to the mental and physical pain I had when I had to move 500 pounds just to go to the bathroom. So I don't want this to be a really big downer video, because that's not what it is for me. That it's a celebration of my life. For me, and I think I might add a whole bunch of pictures at the end of this, not just of my brother, but of my life, like a celebration of becoming somebody that is worthy in my eyes. Having friends, real, honest friends, like people in my life that I truly care about. I don't want to go back there, and so I won't. And I'm uniquely and so unbelievably grateful for the first surgeon that I had, that he saw something in me and decided to give me a chance. So, Dr. Dodkins, if you ever happen to watch this, I am forever grateful that you decided that you would take my case and you gave me a chance to live. So thank you. All right, guys. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. Sorry but you know how I am already. I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. And of course, I'd like to tag Jodi and Miss Brit Brett. And let's see. I always say Perforce, but it might be Preforce. I just need to have her tell me. I always say it wrong. And Esther and Lindsay, and let's see, Finding Elizabeth. I'd like to hear from Alicia. I'd love to hear from Watch Kitty Shrink and Melanie Slice Thinner And let's see here, who else? My mind is slipping. Let's see who else. Smilinshrinkin, but I think I might have said that already. I'm not sure. I'd like to see it from VSG Robert. Yep, I can't remember anything else. I'd love to see you guys tagged in this, and I would love to hear your responses of what you think your life would have been like had you not had weight loss or weight loss surgery. And I'll talk to you guys very, very, very soon. Bye.